What's up? Dave here. Just want to do a quick video. Ain't really had time to do videos. Work a lot. Shit's how it goes, right? Alright. So, just want to do a quick video on some of the big guys I got. Talk about some of the differences and kind of like tell you my thoughts and feelings, kind of rate them all, I guess, compared to each other. So, the big ones I got that we're talking about today is number one, the DSK. This is the kickstand that I made my own pocket foot for on this one. Mainly because I didn't like the bougie fucking colored thing that it came with. I don't mind the style being plain, but I kind of put my little twist on it. Put that in there. So that's number one. And then we'll talk about the old Medford, and this is the On-Belay or On-Belay. Get infraction and On-Belay confused for some reason, I don't know why. But this has got the DLC hardware and the DLC, or not DLC, what does he call that shit? Yeah, whatever the fuck it's called, you know what it is. The black, how about that? It's got that black blade. He's got the graphic on this one. I got this at a local gun shop. I bought that DSK off Dirk Warner's YouTube, but it wasn't his, it was somebody else's that was selling it for him, so, or he was selling it for them. But he's kind of a mediator in it, which, wow, that was a pretty fucking cool service, I thought. But anyhow, don't want to make it too long-winded here. This is Medford. I like the Medford a lot, but compared to action-wise, like, the action is completely different on the Medfords. I haven't taken this one apart, but you can still see it's still fairly rough. It's not rough. It's still fairly smooth, but like you got to control the action on this one. It's not going to flip up. Where DSK is on bearings, so the bearings it's nothing. It's really nothing to flip this thing out. You also got the fuller on this one to flick from. If you're good at the finger flicking thing, I'm not the best at it, but you can definitely finger flick it. And if you want to thumb it, which I'm better at the thumb, but I prefer thumb studs, but yeah, you can thumb it out pretty easy. It's on bearings. The thing that, as a machinist, I don't like about this knife, and it's probably just me, it probably isn't going to affect the knife at all. It's not parallel. It's thinner here than it is back here. But I got it used. So, I mean, we're talking like 50, 60 thou. I would have thumped. The maker would have been like, hey, 50, 60 thou, something's up. And it may be that someone else took it apart before I got it and it ain't right. I don't know. But I ain't gonna waste Dan's time on it. I'm probably just gonna fix it myself. I mean, whatever. Yeah, whatever, okay? We'll leave it at that. So I'm not 100% sure that's 100% factory or custom action, but it's still better than this. So this is slow, it's on the washers. It's the grease in the pivot area, which Medford likes to use the grease instead of the oil. I'm not a huge fan, man. I mean, of the grease part of it, not the company, because I think Medfords are badass. They're made well, but they just miss those little things that, as a machinist, I would change to make it that much better. You're talking like 10, 20 more minutes machine time, and you could really dial this thing in and have a nice one. I heard a lot of people complain about this. This is my complaint a long time ago, was just how they cut this out, which I believe they water jetted out there. Or EDM it, whatever they're doing, I'm not really 100% sure. But it's definitely not end milled out. But I mean, you could run a chamfer mill through there before you cut it. Done, you don't have to worry about a sharp edge. This thing's got a nice sharp edge on it. I mean, you could tell someone took a little bit of time, maybe hit it with Scotch-Brite or something, but it's not really what I would consider like smooth in the hand and not, you know, a better machine product, I guess you'd say. Same thing with this little hole in the knife where it comes out. It pretty much always has skin in it because it's always grabbing your skin. Some people might like that. I don't know, like everybody builds a knife for a different purpose. Just for me, for my purposes, it just lacks the little extras that would have literally taken hardly any time. Now if I go behind them and deburr this thing like I would like it, then it's not going to be black where it's supposed to be black. It's going to look like shit. So it is what it is. I'm going to leave it how it is. I don't know. Maybe I will take it apart. Maybe I will put the, you know, get rid of the grease part of it and put the action back to like I like it, where it's a little bit easier. Okay, we'll go with the newest one that I've gotten out of all these, and this is Hoback Husky. This thing is sick. If you're into big knives but you want them to still handle good, look no further. This is the guy for you. Now, as a machinist, and handing this to other machinists that have been doing it even longer than I am, and I've been doing it over 25 years, there's no flaws in this from a machine point of view. Every single part of this is dialed Like every single thing is chamfered from a machine point of view, not a design point of view, not a comfort point of view, just strictly talking about machining. This thing is on point. Like it's I can't find any faults in it. Like you can find faults in like design or how you would want, like, I don't know, a hollow grind instead of a flat grind here. That's individual, right? Yeah, so I'm not even gonna go into that. But this is a knife. That was a lazy flip, and you seen how flipped it is. Watch, you see it right here. It's just snappy. Dude, this thing is a 1/4 inch thick, and that's a 1/4 inch thick, and that's a 1/4 inch thick. For context, this is the Medford. You see the Medford looks thin compared to the Husky. Yeah, the Husky's that fat. It's a bad motherfucker. It's badass. I love it. If you got big mitts, 2XL mitts, or I guess you half-ass, 2XL mitts, whatever. But yeah, this thing feels good, dude. It feels real good. Like if you like a good meaty knife, that's the way to go. It's definitely a badass knife. Love the feel of it. Okay, so you can also do the finger flick on these guys. I didn't execute it with shit, but you know, finger flick it, and you can also thumb flick it. So it does all three of those really well. So kind of like the DSK, it's kind of got the advantage of, like, I guess what they call it, multiple deployments or whatever methods. I mean, honestly, dude, when I use this thing, almost always it's thumb or flipper. I very rarely finger flick. I know it's a more popular thing for the, let me say, the newer generation, let's just call it. Like, I'm not saying you have to be newer to knives. I'm just saying, like, what I see lately, especially coming from the review people from YouTube and stuff, a lot of people are drawn to the whole finger flicking thing. I'm not. I'm just a thumb stud. I've adapted to the flipper for the longest time. I only liked washer knives and didn't like bearing knives because they were still new and some of the kinks and shit weren't working out of them. Bearings in this one are good. I did take this one apart already. Well, actually, I had them all apart except for the Medford. There's ceramic bearings in these. There's black ceramic, and then it's got a copper cage, or not copper, phosphor bronze cage, but it's not like a good cage like the ones from Gillian's or that sort of style. It's more of the stamp style, but it's still phosphor bronze, so they're not the worst, they're not the best. Like, I'm sure it could use an improvement from a bearing point of view. Like, Lefty gave me a couple of the people that make the bearings, and he's always talking about whatever bearings, so like, I'm not as experienced in that shit, but I can already tell you from the one that I did change, which I don't even know what the hell knife that was anymore, it made a substantial improvement in it, and you can tell the quality of the bearing, like just from a machine point of view or quality point of view, you can see the quality difference. This knife overall, believe it or not, was less than both the other ones. Well, the DSK was expensive as shit. Medford was a little over 700 new. I bought this used, but new it went for $575. Like $575 for this? I mean, no fucking brainer, man. You find one, buy it. Matter of fact, if you know where a full tie is and you want to sell one, or you know the dude wants to sell it, hit me up. I'll buy it because I want another one. Honestly, they're that badass, dude. Like, there are very few knives that I've collected multiples of, with the exception of like the Satu. Like, I love the Satu, and I just got rid of my second one, I don't know, a month ago or something. Let's go to it now. Okay, here's the Satu, and this is the one that I've been talking about forever. This knife is honestly the one that fits me the best. Like, it's overall it's just does everything for me. Like, you know, that everybody has a knife that they connect with. Like, this was the one for me. Honestly, this is the one. Like, this did have issues. I had to fix some issues, but after I beat the shit out of it for years, Grayman ain't making them no more. You know, I emailed the Mike, and he basically responded with, I know I could make money if making folders, but really not interested in it. I'm doing fine, doing fixed blades, and I'm busy as can be. So good on him, man. You know, good on him. He ain't taking on more than he wants, doing what he lives, living how he wants to do it. So perfect, awesome, appreciate that. I want to do something with the Satus. Like, I don't know how I could get the design, or probably change design a little bit to make it more me or whatever. But honestly, dude, like, I don't have a whole lot of design images in my head to like making knives. I have the skills to machine them, the ability to make that kind of sort of thing, but this knife right here just sings to me, man. I don't know what it is about it. It just sings to me. So my father was here last weekend. It was just going on my birthday, his birthday kind of celebration kind of thing. And man, 78 years old. Like, I let him handle all these freaking knives. He put his hands on this one and goes, yeah, this is the one I like. And I just laugh because, like, I'm my father's son. I truly am, man. Like, it's so weird. But anyway, this is the Grayman knife Satu, and you can see it probably it's beat the shit up right now. I got shit all over it. The edge is way back thin right now. I thinned it out a lot. The grind, you know, you can only sharpen so much, and then it just gets so obtrusive, or so thick, I guess you'd say, for people who don't understand geometry. So it got so thick that basically the edge wasn't really doing nothing, so I thinned it out real good. The next time I go back on it, this is like 17 degrees. I think next time I go light, it'll probably be like 25. So we'll start working it edge back a little bit more. It needs a regrind, honestly it does. I've had it so long, used it so much. This is DLC, true DLC, and you can see it's worn out pretty good, beat up pretty good. I didn't clean it, sorry, but I don't give a fuck. If you do, watch somebody else's shit. I've had to make a new bushing in the inside of this pivot right here. So these run like a Chris Reeve knife, and they got a bushing inside the pivot that it spins on, and also the stop pin on this one. Both of them had a little bit of issues like lock rock, that sort of thing. And you can see like in engagement wise, after you put the stop pin in, it didn't go as far over on the lock bar, but it had issues with that before. All those are worked out. Like I just personally made those parts not that difficult for me. But overall, rating as far as like how the knife agrees with me, this one definitely agrees with me 100%. Like, I never pick this knife up and want something more or want something different. This is always a knife that it just works for me, right? That's why I go by Satu Dave, right? It is, honestly. And I had another one, but kind of be buddies with Dave Lowe, which is a custom knife maker. He only makes fixed blades here, but it's kind of funny because Dave's getting me more into fixed blades. I'm getting him more into folders, and he kind of always wanted a Grayman. And I hooked him up, and I traded him basically for the fixed blade he had on him, which was a S35. I got it on me. I don't. I failed. Fuck. All right. Well, I was gonna show it to you, but I ain't got it with me. Like a jackass. I'm gonna talk him up, and then don't have the fucking knife. Fucking woolly. Anyway, second favorite of all the big beasts, and definitely the one that if you're looking for a big beefy knife, get you a Husky. This Hoback is the sickest. Like for any of the new generation, how about that? Any of the new generation style knives, beefy bull, this is the guy right here, right? This is definitely the one. Get this knife. You will not be dissatisfied. And if you are, hit me up because I'll probably buy it from you. That's how much I like them. Like, I honestly I'm definitely gonna find one with full tie and go ahead and get it too. Sorry, I'm in the parking lot, so I'm looking around when I see motion. Like, I don't like people walking around me or nothing, so you know how it is. The fence is up, whatever you want to call it. Situational awareness, I guess you should say. It's a constant battle I have with a lot of the newer knives being Chinese manufactured. Like, as a American machinist, I have issues with basically shipping someone, I don't know, shipping. How about this? I have issues with the fact that it could be me that's making the knife and instead it's made in China. So anyway, just wanted to wrap it up with all these are American. All right, y'all take it easy. See ya.